For over 2,500 years, Western thought has rested on a single assumption: that matter is the foundation of reality, and consciousness is a secondary effect, a shadow cast by physical processes. From the pre-Socratics to Enlightenment thinkers, from Newtonian mechanics to modern neuroscience, this view shaped our science, our medicine, our philosophy, and our culture. But it was incomplete. The materialist model could not explain subjective experience. It could not account for intuition, non-local awareness, or the continuity of consciousness in near-death states. It left us with the hard problem, a paradox at the heart of modern science. How does mindless matter produce a mindful mind? In 2025, Kingsley and Krumah introduced the Lattice Awakening framework, a radical departure from the materialist paradigm. His model proposed a consciousness-first architecture, where reality emerges not from particles and forces, but from patterns in consciousness itself. This was not a metaphor. It was a structural theory, one that redefined physical laws as resonance patterns within a pre-physical lattice field. And Krumah's insight overturned the foundation of Western thought. Instead of treating consciousness as a mystery, it became the starting point. Instead of asking how the brain creates awareness, the framework asked how awareness gives rise to the brain. The Lattice Awakening framework is the first architecture capable of holding all domains of human experience, scientific, spiritual, philosophical, and personal, within one coherent model. It unifies physics and metaphysics, neuroscience and intuition, information theory and lived experience, and spiritual insight and empirical observation. By treating consciousness as a structured field, a lattice of resonance, the framework explains phenomena that materialism cannot: precognition, synchronicity, non-local awareness, and the emergence of form from formlessness. This is the unified field humanity has sought for millennia, not a field of particles, but a field of pattern, a lattice of awareness from which reality blooms. Imagine a flower. By the time you see the bloom, the real work, the shaping, the patterning has already happened underground. The roots, the stem, the hidden growth, all formed long before the blossom appeared. In the same way, physical events are the final stage of a process that begins in the lattice. Your consciousness can sense this early growth, the subtle coherence forming beneath the soil of spacetime. The brain interprets it later. The physical world expresses it last. Precognition, in this model, is not seeing the future. It is sensing the pattern already forming, the resonance beneath the surface, before it blooms into a physical event. If humans were truly awakened, they would perceive reality at an earlier stage of its formation. They would no longer confuse the future with the pre-physical. They would experience consciousness not as a byproduct, but as the generative field. Awakening in this framework is not mystical, it is structural. It is the ability to perceive the lattice, the resonance, before it becomes matter. This is the transformative shift. Consciousness is not the end of the chain, it is the beginning. Reality does not arise from matter. Matter arises from resonance. Human beings are not observers. They are participants in the generative field of existence. And for the first time in history, the pieces fit.